was guilty? Fairy tale mock trial. Three little pigs. Who is guilty? Little Brother Piggy's case. Scene 1. Your Honor and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant has been charged with the murder of Wolf, who tried to break into the houses of the defendant and his two brothers and eat them. After knowing Wolf's attempt to eat his two big brothers, he decided to kill Wolf before being attacked. On the 7th of July at around 3 p.m., Little Brother Piggy invited Wolf to his house, while at the same time locking the door and windows so that Wolf would eventually try to enter his house from a chimney. He then prepared a big pot full of boiled water just under the chimney so that as soon as Wolf goes down the chimney, he will fall down inside the pot. When Wolf did fall into the pot, Little Brother Piggy quickly put the lid on it, then put a huge stone on the lid, and eventually let Wolf die in the boiling water. Little Brother Piggy, therefore, is charged with murder of Wolf, as stated in the Article 199 of the Criminal Codes. I did kill Wolf, but I did not invite him. He just came out of the blue and attacked me. Any objection? The judge turned around and looked at the Little Brother Piggy's defendant. The defender stood up. Indeed, he did kill Wolf, but it was only because he tried not to be killed by the wolf, as a self-defense. Everyone paused. Jurors had to examine the cases to whether he invited Wolf to his house to him, thus guilty, or it was a self-defense as a result of being attacked, thus not guilty. Scene 2. The mother of Wolf came as a witness to testify. The prosecutor started asking questions. You are the first person to discover the death of Wolf. Can you explain the reason why you were at the Little Brother Piggy's house? My son did not come home even after all dinner time, so I checked his calendar and found out about his pork barbecue party at 3 p.m. on July 7th at Little Brother Piggy's house. So you went to Little Brother Piggy's house. Were you able to go inside? No, I knocked on the door, but there was no reply, so I went to the window to see inside. But it was covered with plywood. I see. Were you able to see anything from the gap? Yes. I saw a big pot and my son inside, looking limp and on the table, there was a book with the title, How to Kill Wolves. There was a gasp in the courtroom. Next, the defendant took his turn. It was around 6 p.m. when you said you went to Little Brother Piggy's, right? Yes. It was after sunset, and it was rather dark in the woods. The lights in the Little Brother Piggy's house were all off as well. Will you really be able to see inside the house under such a condition? Of course, I did. I clearly saw everything inside. This is the book which was left on the table of the defendant's house. Can you read its title? How to make origami paper craft? Thank you. What you had seen in the house of Little Brother Piggy was not how to kill wolves, but this, how to make origami, isn't it? can't be true. I swear I saw the book titled How to Kill Wolves. Okay, let's go to the next question. You said your son wrote pork barbecue party at little brother Piggy's house in his calendar. Let's just suppose that he invited your son to his party then. In that situation, do you think that Piggy would say he would have a pork barbecue party? It would almost sound like eat me, wouldn't it? Do you think the Piggy would say such a thing? Perhaps what your son meant was, I am going to eat little brother Piggy. Prosecutor interrupted. Objection, Your Honor. It is only a speculation. I have no further questions. All the jurors looked at each other as if they were not sure whether it was the little brother Piggy who invited Wolf to his house or not. Scene 3. The defense may call its first witness, said the judge, and the big brother Piggy came as a witness to testify. The defender asked him questions. Did you know the wolf before the incident? Yes, that wolf came to my house one day and attacked me. He blew off my straw house and then blew off little brother Piggy's stick house in just a minute. We both ran for our lives to take refuge in little brother Piggy's house. Wolf chased us to little brother Piggy's house too, so we hurried to cover all the windows and door with plywood. But Wolf still tried to break into the house, didn't he? Yes, he then tried to come into the house from the chimney. He was saying, I'm going to eat you all. Me and middle brother Piggy went rushed to hide ourselves in the closet. What about little brother Piggy? He could make it to the closet. I guess he was petrified with fear. Scene 4. Big brother Piggy was asked this time to answer questions of the prosecutor. The prosecutor brought a big stone in the courtroom. This is the stone put on top of the lid of the pot in which Wolf was boiled to death. Can I ask you to hold it up? Big brother Piggy held it up with seemingly a lot of difficulty and soon put it back down again. Thank you. Now, everyone could see that the stone was really heavy. Question is it possible for a pig who was petrified with fear could hold such a heavy stone and quickly put it onto the lid of the pot? He was about to be eaten and die. I'm sure it was a fight or flight response. Is that so? But I cannot help thinking that it was a plan to kill Wolf. The prosecutor paused. It would make more sense if you and little brother Piggy held up the stone together, and as soon as little brother Piggy put the lid onto the pot, you two put the stone on it. You all had this plan, in fact, didn't you? Objection, Your Honor. It is crucial for us to know whether or not it was a planned act, to find out whether little brother Piggy is guilty or not. I did not do such a thing. Scene 5. Next, little brother Piggy was called for testimony. Defender started asking questions. You must have felt very scared when Wolf tried to enter your house from the chimney. Yes, I was petrified with fear, and I thought I was going to die for real. But then, Wolf slipped in the chimney and fell into the pot. By seeing that, you suddenly put the lid on the pot, right? Yes, I thought I would be eaten if he came out, so I kept on pressing the lid very hard. After a while, I took out the lid slowly to see what happened. Then I found Wolf dead. How did you feel about it that time? I was relieved, to tell the truth. I finally felt I was safe. Thank you, little brother Piggy. I have no further questions, Your Honor. It was then prosecutor's turn to ask questions. You covered all the windows and the door with plywood, but you did not cover chimney with it. Don't you think it is almost the same as saying, please come in from here? Of course not. I never thought that he would try to come inside from the chimney. I must also mention that inside the chimney of your house, it was greasy with oil. If only you could lead Wolf to try getting inside from the chimney, he would slip with grease and fall straight inside the pot. That was your plan, wasn't it? No! Objection, Your Honor! That's a leading question, the defender interrupted. Let me ask another question. Another item was brought in the room. This is the pot which was in your room. When did you purchase this pot? I think it was only 3 days before the incident, I understand. Why did you decide to buy such a big pot? Big enough for Wolf to get in, indeed. Because I started to live with my brothers. Everyone knows we all eat a lot. Can you then explain the reason why there was full of hot boiling water in the pot at the time when the incident occurred? It was not even time for a meal. That's because my house is always dry, so I always boil water in the pot all day. On that day when Wolf attacked us, I had my water boiling as usual, and he just happened to fall inside. Well, I have no further questions, Your Honor. Scene 6. Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with the facts that little brother Piggy bought the pot only 3 days before, and he had full of boiling water inside it at the time of the incident, it is quite clear that he had the intention of killing Wolf. It is premeditated murder, not justifiable self-defense. Based on the evidence, you must find the defendant guilty. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please try to put yourself in the little brother Piggy's shoes. Would you dare to lure Wolf into your house by taking the risk of being eaten? We all know that this would be too high risk to take. He had no choice but to kill Wolf, to protect himself. It is justifiable self-defense. Therefore, you must find him not guilty. Now it is time for you to examine the case.